The Siberian wilderness is home to the haunting Dyatlov Pass Incident, a mysterious enigma that has defied reason and frozen investigators' minds for decades. As we explore the frozen realm, shrouded in secrecy and terror, we will unravel a tale of courage, curiosity, and fear that transcends even the coldest nights. Join us on a chilling expedition to uncover the truth and thaw the frozen fear that lingers over the Dyatlov Pass, waiting for a glimmer of understanding to pierce through the darkness. Frozen fear. Investigating the Dyatlov Pass Incident. Let's get started. In 1959, a party of 9 persons, led by 23-year-old radio engineering student Igor Dyatlov, set off on a skiing excursion through the northern Urals in the Soviet Union's Sverdlovsk Oblast. The squad was called after the Communist Party of the Soviet Union's 21st Congress and was presumably dispatched by the local Komsomol organization. The original group had 8 men and 2 women, however. One member subsequently returned due to health concerns. Each participant was an experienced Grade 2 hiker with ski tour experience, and upon their return, they would get Grade 3 accreditation. The path is intended to reach the extreme northern portions of Sverdlovsk Oblast, as well as the upper reaches of the Lozva River. On January 8, 1959, the Sverdlovsk City Route Commission accepted the group of 10 members. The expedition aimed to reach Otorten, a Category 3 peak located 10 kilometers north of the event location. On January 23, 1959, the Dyatlov party received their route book, which indicated that they would be following the Numdar 5 path. The Sverdlovsk City Committee of Physical Culture and Sport approved 11 persons, including Semyon Zolotaryov, who had previously been qualified to participate in another excursion of equal complexity. The Dyatlov party left Sverdlovsk the day after receiving the route book. A party of skiers landed at Ivdel, a town in Sverdlovsk Oblast, on January 25, 1959, and then traveled by truck to Vijay, the final inhabited community. They stayed the night in Vijay, where they bought and ate loaves of bread to keep their energy levels up for the walk the next day. On January 27th, they set out towards Gora Otorten, but one of them, Eerie, had to turn back owing to knee and joint problems. The remaining hikers resumed their journey. They were able to monitor their itinerary up to the day before the event because of diaries and cameras surrounding their final camping. They arrived at the edge of a highland area on January 31st and prepared to ascend. They hid excess food and equipment in a forested valley. They passed over a pass the next day, but due to increasing weather conditions, they were disoriented and veered west towards the peak of Kholat Syakhl. Instead of relocating 1.5 kilometers downwards to a wooded location, they elected to pitch up camp on the mountain slope. Dyatlov may have wished to maintain their height or practice camping on the steep slope, according to Yudin. Dyatlov agreed to send a telegraph to the sports club of the group upon their return to Vijay, but no communications were received. The family of the group requested a rescue effort, and the head of the institute dispatched the first rescue groups, which included volunteer students and professors. Later, the army and militia troops were called in, and planes and helicopters were directed to join the operation. The searchers discovered the group's abandoned and damaged tent atop Kholat Syakhl on February 26th. The tent was half destroyed and snow-covered, and all of the group's luggage and shoes were left behind. There were 9 pairs of tracks discovered, heading down to the edge of a neighboring wood. After 500 meters, the paths were completely covered in snow. The searchers discovered the visible remnants of a minor fire at the forest's border, behind a huge Siberian pine. The first 2 bodies were Krivonishenko and Doroshenko, both of whom were shoeless and clad just in their pants. The tree's limbs were broken up to 5 meters in height, suggesting that one of the skiers had gone up to seek for something, maybe the camp. Dyatlov, Kolmogorova, and Slobodin all died in positions that suggested they were trying to return to the tent. It took nearly 2 months to find the last 4 travelers, who were discovered on the 4th of May beneath 4 meters of snow in a ravine 75 meters farther into the woods from the pine tree. 3 of the 4 were clothed better than the others, and there were indications that some clothing from those who died first had been taken for use by the others. Dubinina was dressed in the burnt, ripped trousers of Krivonishenko, and her left foot and shin had been covered in a tattered jacket. The first 5 bodies discovered in a creek's bottom were found to have perished due to hypothermia. A post-mortem investigation revealed that all 4 victims suffered soft tissue injuries to their heads and faces. 6 of the group members died of hypothermia, while 3 died of lethal injuries. The inquiry was closed in May 1959 due to the lack of a guilty person. The negatives from Krivonischenko's camera were discovered in Lev Nikitich Ivanov's archive in 1997. In 2018, Zolotaryov's bones were excavated at the suggestion of journalists from Komsomolskaya Pravda, but DNA research revealed no connection to surviving relatives' DNA. Zolotaryov's name was not included in the Ivanovskoye Cemetery's list of buried individuals. In February 2019, Russian officials renewed the inquiry, considering only 3 plausible explanations: an avalanche, a slab avalanche, or a hurricane, and ruled out the likelihood of a crime. The truth behind the Dyatlov Pass incident is still buried beneath layers of snow and time. As we investigate frozen fear, we learn about both known and unknown components of the enigma. Remember that significant questions may not always have neatly wrapped answers. As we bid farewell to this frozen mystery, let us retain the spirit of inquiry and bravely explore the unexplored frontiers of our world's secrets. Stay curious and daring, and may your adventures be free of the shadows of frozen fear. Thanks for joining us, and please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, and clicking the bell symbol for more interesting information.